Welcome to episode 6 of Scaling a Social Media Marketing Agency. My name is Hervin, and this is a video series where I take you behind the scenes of our social media marketing agency and show you what I am doing on a day-to-day basis to scale our agency. I am documenting the journey here, so I'm sharing what I am doing on a day-to-day basis, what I'm working on, the lessons that I am learning, the problems that I am trying to solve. Today, I worked on two things. Number one, I spoke to our current clients to let them know that we're discontinuing some of the pricing packages that they're on and moving them to a new level of service, which is essentially they get more help from our client success team, where they get to meet, instead of meeting with our client success team once a month, they get to meet with them once a week. We're going to go over their ad results with them. So it's more help to get them better results. And the second thing that I worked on was recording this video sales letter, which took me quite a few tries to get it to a point that I was happy with. I recorded it. I took many full takes, got rid of them, and ended up with this one that I feel pretty happy about. This is a video sales letter that people are going to see before they jump on a sales call with me. So I attended an event with Alex Hermosi where he suggested that before any sales call, I should make people watch a video that explains what our service is so that I don't have to repeat myself, so that I don't have to educate the people on the call about our services. Rather, they get to watch this video, get educated, and then they come to the call already prepared. All they have to do is make a decision. So he said sales calls are made to get people to make the decision, not to educate them. So this is that video. So what I am going to do here in this video is I'm going to break down this video sales letter that I have pulled open on my screen so you could see it here. And then from here, I am going to, as I listen to it, I am going to be breaking down what I am doing here on my notepad below it. Okay, so let's dive right in. Let's press play. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how Studio Hub helps our average clients enroll 149 new students per year every year they work with us, and how Studio Hub helps our top clients enroll over 200 students per year. You could see here some of our clients. All right, let's pause right there. So you could see here what I am doing is called the hook to get attention. Essentially, I am saying, hey, pay attention to this because you want what I am saying on this video, right? Like you want to pay attention because you're going to learn here something important. I also want you to notice that I'm keeping this fairly, I'm going to say entertaining, quote unquote, where I am switching between myself, the screen, and so on to try and make it a little bit more engaging than just like listening to a video of me talk. But that's what it is. So I am showing like, hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how our clients get this average result, which is absolutely true. And then I'm going to back that up with proof. So you could see here the proof. Wins like Kelly Stento, who when she first started working with us, she had 176 students. And by the time she made this post, grew to 299 students. Or like Luciana here, who first started working with us, she had 80 students, and by the time she made this post, her business had grown to over 200 students. When she first started working with us, Luciana was stressed out. She didn't know how to market her studio, and then you can see here the post that she said she was full of love and relief. And then she went on 3 days on vacations, which is amazing to give somebody control over their business enough to the point where they're able to take a vacation. You could see there that I'm not just throwing out their numbers like, hey, this business owners grew from here to here, but I'm also including things that are a little bit more intangible, like, being stressed out to feeling relief or feeling love, being able to take a vacation. Those are also things that our clients want. They may not necessarily think about it, but then when they listen to that, they're like, oh my God, it makes it seem more real rather than just like, here's this number to this number. Here's this number to this number, right? So that's what I am doing there. So I purposely picked these testimonials that set those things. I made a post inside our community, which you can see here, how many students did you finish your year with? And you can see here what members are saying. Started with 120, finished with 327, started with 115, finished with 225, started with 500, finished with 620. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how Studio Hub helps our clients get those kind of results. Okay, so you saw there that I threw out there 3 more, like from this number to this number, from this number to this number. I could have this could be a 5-minute video, me walking just through proof, but I didn't want to do that. Like at some point I got to stop and I got to actually like keep going. So I was just like, okay, here's some like not overwhelming amount of proof, but here's more than enough proof to show you that, you should pay attention to this. This can help you get the results that you want. That's the point. And all of this is part of the hook, right? I'm using like the end desired state for the client. So I'm going to put here the end result that they're looking for, which is both tangible and intangible. So I'm saying from this number to this number, but I'm also saying go from overwhelmed or stressed out to feeling love and relief, right? So I'm using those things. So the end result. Okay, so let's keep it going here. Now, before doing that, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hervin. And my wife and I, who started this business, we were also dance studio owners. Okay, so what I am going to go over here is into our story. So I'm going to introduce myself, show a little bit of credibility here, like why should they listen to us, even though I gave proof. I also want them to know, like I want them to be able to relate to us. So we also used to own a dance studio. So you can see here from the picture, that's a good part of the story because I want them to feel like, oh, these people get me. They know what I'm going through. You know what I mean? So it's meant to sell ourselves, both in terms of relatability and also in terms of kind of expertise that we know what we're talking about. So this is it. It's like story, so relatability and expertise. That's the point of this. So I misspelled that word. Okay, so let's keep it going. Opened up this dance studio right here. But at the beginning, when we first started, we were struggling to get students. And so we tried many different marketing strategies to grow our student numbers, like passing out flyers, doing community events, posting on social media, but nothing was working as well as we were hoping. And so those are pain points that our clients have, right? Like I'm throwing here. So when it comes to relatability, what I am doing here is sharing pain points that are real. But when I say those things, our clients are like, I'm also going through that. So they can relate to this. They can say like, oh, this is exactly what I am going through at the moment. So they'll feel like I am more credible. Our student numbers weren't growing as fast as we wanted them to. So we decided to invest into learning how to market our studio, and we went into debt, spending over $50,000 on business coaches, marketing mentors, seminars to learn how to market our studios like the pros. And okay, so why am I saying that? That's just kind of like, hey, we've invested all of this time and money into this. We know what we're talking about. This isn't something like we just came up with it out of our butt. You know what I mean? It's like, we legitimately spend, and again, this is all real. So we legitimately spend all this money to try and learn all these skills. So we're going to shortcut and save you the time, which I feel like I should have made that a little bit clear, tied that into at some point, instead of like, I just need to tie it back to them and say like, hey, so we're doing this so that you don't have to. We're going through that investment and learning how to market our studio. We apply that knowledge into our studio, and we added within 3 months an additional $10,000 in recurring revenue, which was huge for us as small business owners. But it also gave us the idea to start this company, Studio Hub, because okay, so the whole $10,000 in recurring revenue, I mean, that's way more than what we're charging. So I'm showing that implementing these things could help you get an ROI. It could help you, like, the return on investment is great. And again, it's another thing, like we apply this knowledge, it works. Here's some more proof that it works. I just want them to have some hope that we know what we're talking about. We had a lot of dance studio owner friends and a lot of just business owner friends in general who we knew didn't know how to market their businesses. And so we built Studio Hub to be the company. I'm telling that part of the story because a lot of business owners start to doubt, like, okay, if your studio was growing that fast and that, like, it was going so well, why did you close it? And why did you start this other company? And so for us, the truth is that we fell out of love with dance and fell in love with business. I don't say that here because I don't want to jam pack this with information. But the point is like, I also want to it is true. We saw the fact that we had grown as an opportunity. I'm like, man, this worked for us. I bet you it could work for other people, which is, I want them to be able to know, like, oh, okay, that's why they thought of doing this, because it had worked for them. The solution that we wish we had available to us back then. It's been 4 years since we started this company, and now we've helped over 250 businesses get more students in all sorts of markets, including small rural towns all the way to major cities and everything in between. And I'm saying that because obviously we have clients everywhere, and so I want to dispel this myth that people think like, this wouldn't work in my business because my market is special. It's too competitive here. There's not enough competition here. There's not enough people. There's too many people. And like people think like, oh, my situation is special, which is not. And that's why I wanted to say like, we've seen this work everywhere, which is true. You see, the biggest problem that people come to us for is this. Their student numbers. Their student numbers have either plateaued or they're not growing as fast as they would like, or maybe they're down from where they used to be. And after chatting with business owners about why this is happening, we found two major things. Okay, so that's the biggest problem. That's the reason people I want to help people identify whether this is for them or not. And the biggest thing that people come to us for is that they want to grow their business. Some people come to us because they're like, can I send out emails through your software? Those don't end up being great clients. So I want to identify here's the biggest problem we help people solve. Because if they have that problem and they want us to solve it, it is going to be a good fit. Okay, so I'm choosing my words here carefully. I'm not saying our biggest problem that we can help solve is automation, because although we've said that in the past, we're moving away from that. We just want people who want help growing their business, because if then they'll do whatever it takes. You see what I'm saying? And I also love this diagram that occurred to me one day, which is having two faucets, and you'll see why there are two faucets that generate that water is coming out of them to represent marketing, lead generation, and then there's a pipe that represents follow-up, right? And so I'm using that analogy here in this video. You'll see. The first one is that they're not generating as many leads as they would like. Think about it. If you want to grow to this many student numbers, but you only have this many people inquiring about your classes, it doesn't make any sense, right? You need more people to find out that you exist, to inquire about your classes if you want more students. You can think of this as a faucet, and the water coming out of it are the leads. They're not generating as many leads as they would like. The old marketing methods that used to work no longer work as they used to. Okay, so you could see there why I'm using that faucet as an analogy for marketing, right? So what I did here, which I didn't write, is I went into the problems, biggest problem, and then I am breaking it down into two major problems. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm saying okay, you're not generating, your studio is not growing as fast as you would like, or your business isn't growing. And that is because of problem number one and problem number two. They're not advertising consistently. They've tried advertising and it didn't work for them. The business owners that we've spoken to are not confident that their ads are targeting the right people. They're reaching people that are too far away. They're not sure if their advertising is set up correctly. They're frustrated with their ads. They don't have enough time to focus on advertising, and they don't love the idea of having to become a marketer. Now, the other problem is that they may be generating inquiries, leads, but they don't have enough time to follow up with all of their leads. Either the business owner or their team are busy, overwhelmed, and so they don't have the time to follow up with the leads. So as a result, the leads end up falling through the cracks. And this could be because the follow-up process is very manual. So there are people being missed. Or sometimes you reach out to somebody and then one day they seem interested and the next day they don't respond. It's hard to keep track of all the conversations. Again, as a result of all of this, the leads fall through the cracks. Now, the cost of you could see there what I was saying in terms of the analogy. This is marketing, this is follow-up, generating leads falling through the cracks. And I'm using there the water dripping right here to represent the leads are falling through the cracks. And so the student numbers is the glass with water. So it's a whole analogy that occurred to me. I like it. And then it helps me give people a really good visual of understanding, self-diagnosing. Hopefully by the time they're watching this, they're oh yeah, this is exactly what's happening to me. Or no, that didn't happen, but this one is exactly what's happening to me. That's what I'm hoping for they're getting out of this. Having enough leads and the leads falling through the cracks and not fixing these problems is, again, that your student numbers don't grow. And notice I said right there, it's if the cost of not fixing this, because I want to have them thinking about that as well. I don't know how much of any of this registers with people, but I'm just telling you the intention behind the sales letter. As fast as you would like them to. You have empty class spots, or maybe your enrollment. We've spoken to people whose enrollment has stayed the same for years. Their student numbers just won't grow. It doesn't matter how much they've tried. And to solve all... Okay, so those are all problems and kind of situations that our clients find themselves in. It's like, man, it doesn't matter how much I try and I can't grow my student numbers. My student numbers have stayed the same for years. So these are problems. These problems need to be relatable, right? Like they need to legitimately be feeling these things in order for this to be any good. For this sales letter or video sales letter to land. All of these problems, or these two major problems, I want to introduce you to StudioHub. So StudioHub, okay, so I presented the problem. That's what I did in the previous slide. And now, so you're not growing because of this problem, you're not generating enough leads, or because you're not following up with your leads. To help you solve these problems, I want to introduce you to StudioHub. So I presented the problem, which sets me up to present the solution, right? Which is StudioHub. Helps with primarily two things. So number one, generating more leads, right? So again, if you want this many students, then you want this many people inquiring about your classes. So to help you with that, and I use that analogy like this many students and this many people inquiring about your classes. I mean, it's true, but it's just like an easy way. A lot of people are like, I don't know why I'm not growing. It's like, okay, you want this many students, but only this many people know that you exist. That doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't. So it's an instantaneous aha moment like that. So that's another thing that I am trying to do is like for the solution, I'm trying to give people aha moments. We help you set up Facebook and Instagram advertising campaigns to target students around your student who are likely to be interested in your classes. So we help you find your ideal students through marketing. And then on top of that, we also help you generate more Google reviews. We help you tweak your website so that when people are searching for your classes near your town, near your business, they can find you first before they find your competitors, which ultimately means that more people end up going to you and you end up generating more leads. Okay, so notice how I tied everything into the first thing, into like generating leads, because that's the first problem that I brought up in the problem section. I'm also speaking and saying things like, you can launch advertising campaigns to target your ideal students. I'm saying that because a lot of people are like, well, I've launched ads before, but it didn't work, or they didn't help me attract quality leads. So I'm saying attract your ideal students because that's what they want. So, and at the end of the day, again, because I am using this visual analogy of the faucet and so on, I like it because it helps me tie it back to this thing. Like, okay, you're not growing because you need more leads. Here's how to generate more leads. And then boom, now you have the two faucets, right? Paid marketing and organic marketing. That is the goal. You want to be able to talk to more people, right? If you want this many students, you need to talk to this many people. Not everybody who you're going to talk to is going to sign up. So you need more people to talk to. And I'm saying that because it makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I will I'm not growing because I'm not talking to enough people. Again, I'm trying to get people aha moments with like these like easy to understand. And these are things that I've learned through experience, like talking to people. These ideas occur to me and I've just tested them in sales calls. And these are things that I remember making an impact with people. So this is why I'm able to pull them here and speak about them here. And then once you have more people to talk to, more leads, then you don't want them to fall through the cracks. So StudioHub automates the lead follow-up to help you turn leads into student and prevent them from falling through the cracks. Now, here's how it does that. As soon as somebody inquires about your classes, which, by the way, so again, it's like you're generating leads. That's not the end of it. You need to follow up with them. So it's like, it's a system. Now, I'm not selling just like lead generation. I'm selling this system. So I want them to have like this holistic picture of what's going on. StudioHub automatically follows up with that lead. It greets them, sends them a greeting within 1 minute of them inquiring. This is important because we live in a world where people want instant gratification, and you want to catch people while they're excited before they've gotten a chance to go somewhere else. And then if somebody starts talking to you, they're interested, but if they stop responding for whatever reason, then StudioHub is going to follow up with them for a few days to prevent that lead from falling through the crack. And then once you start chatting with them again, then if they're interested in booking a trial class, StudiHub sends reminders the day before the trial, the morning of the trial, 1 hour before the trial, automatically through text message, because that's what we've seen work best to get people to show up. And then when people show up for the trials, if they don't end up enrolling, then the next day is going to follow, StudiHub is going to automatically follow up with them and say, hey, are you still interested? Do you want to join? Right? Because you don't want to let that person fall through the cracks. And again, so all of these things are, things that the business owner that we're looking to help, the potential business owner is going to see that and be like, oh, this makes sense. And I also want this. Like, this could help me save time. And all of these automations are done through text message. We program them for you, which I'll talk more about that here in a second. So the goal of this is that you're not wasting time trying to chase people who are interested. You're also notice I keep talking about two things, like saving time by not having to spend time, by not wasting time, by not doing the wrong things, and saving time, saving money, and then also helping you make more money, helping you get better results, right? So it's like save and make. So I'm trying to hit on those two things. Only talking to people who are interested again. And so the result of doing this, of generating leads, following up with the leads, is that your student numbers grow. And not only that, but StudiHub helps you save time, right? Because you're not there it is again, save time. Having to follow up with those leads who aren't responding. You're not having to greet the leads who are inquiring about your classes. So that time that would be spent by you, your team, into following up with the leads, StudiHub is doing that for you. So it helps you save about 3 to 7 hours every week. So it helps you save time. It also helps. So notice I keep saying it. So right here, save time, save money, sign up more students, make money. So all of these things are like things that they want to avoid, wasting time, things that they want, make more money, right? Like, what do you want to avoid? What do you want to get? And so I'm talking about both. So you enroll more students, which ultimately means that you end up making more money. Now I want to speak about what is the thing that makes us different from every other company offering marketing and automation help. So that is really important for me to address here, because usually by now people who come to talk to us usually have in their minds like, okay, what is it that makes you different? Because I am currently speaking to 3 companies that offer the same kind of help that you guys do, help with marketing, help with automations. So I felt like I needed to address this. One of the biggest things is that we don't expect you to figure out how to set up StudiHub and learn how to use it. We do the tech setup for you. So that's what I was talking about. So we set up StudiHub for you, and we train you how to use it one-on-one over a Zoom call to make sure you and your team feel comfortable and are prepared to have success with StudiHub. And then the next thing that sets us apart is the support that you get with us. So you get weekly one-on-one coaching and support from our client success. Okay, so you can see there that I'm talking about the 2 major differentiators. We do the tech setup, and then we provide, we go above and beyond in terms of the support that we provide. Weekly one-on-one coaching and support from our client success team. Like, that truly differentiates us from the market, and I'm leaning into that here. Manager team to ensure that StudiHub is consistently working for your business, that is helping you get results. Our client success manager team, they help you save money by reviewing and tweaking your advertising campaigns with you to ensure that you're not wasting money on advertising that isn't working. So many people just launch an advertising campaign into the world, and then nothing happens and that money is wasted. Our team is there to help you avoid that, so that you're not wasting money on things that aren't working. They're also going to help you attract more leads by helping you make sure that your ads are set up properly so that you can get the best results. And then did you catch that? It's like help you save money, help you save time, help you attract more students. So things that they want, things that they don't want, things that they want, like overall. And then I'm about to finish it there with also show you how to implement strategies to generate additional revenue. Like, for example, one of the strategies that you could do is do a text blast to re-engage your previous students, to make them an offer to get them to come back to your business. One of our clients did a text blast campaign and made close to $16,000 in 1 week from one of the campaigns that we showed her how to implement. And that's another, that is proof, but also showing them how we help them make money, save time, right? So I'm consistently hammering this point right here on this sales letter. You can see here the value that people are getting from this client success management calls, like Autumn right here, who said, I want to send a huge thank you to this wonderful team. I had a check-in call with Reese, who's her client success manager. On Wednesday, I am still in shock from the 2024 statistics that Reese showed me. I am humbled and honored by the progress that I have made in my business with this system. A thank you is not enough. My business wouldn't be where it is today without getting more students. You can see here, I feel the same. My check-in calls are so helpful and informative. So people are really getting a lot of value out of these calls. They're helping you. So this is what sets us apart. Other people hand you a tool and expect you to figure it out yourself. Right? So not only did I say what sets us apart, but I'm also saying that that's what sets us apart. So it's like, yeah, so I'm trying to reinforce this point right here. With us, we handhold you and walk you through how to use Studio Hub for your business so that you can have the best results. Again, you don't have to turn into some tech wizard or marketing expert. We provide you the support and the coaching to make sure that you get the results that you're looking for. Now, to prove to you one last time that this works, you could check out the success stories here on our... All right. Well, and then at the end, I just go into the proof. So I've been going into the proof, but as you notice, there are a couple of things here. It's like, here's what you want. Here's what you don't want. Here's how the problems that you have. Here's how we could help. And then all throughout, I'm just giving proof that we've done it and then we know what we're talking about and showing credibility and showing them how it's possible and just what it's like when you work with us. So yeah, that is the VSL that I recorded. I hope this was helpful. I hope this, if you're somebody who's tried making a VSL before, or you want to make a VSL, I hope this gives you some ideas. And yeah, I hope also that you are enjoying me documenting the journey of what we're doing to scale. That was part of the project that I'm working on, which is like, I need to work on our new marketing strategy to promote this new offer that we are soon. I don't know how soon, but soon we're ready to roll out after we are done moving our current clients into the new service offering. Okay. So with that said, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of our updates, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.